You're listening to the Go Getter Podcast. I'm your host, Candace Janae. I'm a digital marketing and automation strategist and business coach. I'm the CEO and founder of Epic Fab Girl, where we help Christian women entrepreneurs market and scale their service-based businesses beyond six figures as they grow deeper in their faith. So whether you're a coach, speaker, or a service provider, this podcast will drop gems, bringing you tips, strategies, and stories from experts to help you take your life, business, and relationship with God to the next level. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Go Getter Podcast. I am your host, Candace Janae, and I am excited to be here because we have made it to August 2024. And let's be honest, this year has been an interesting year. I think we've been through so much, but at the end of the day, God has been faithful, right? And so I just want you to reflect on all the things that God has done for you and how he has sustained you. And y'all, the year ain't over yet. So sis, I need you to lean in and understand that I'm getting ready to teach you 3 things that you need to focus on this year to have the most profitable year yet. A lot of people, if they get distracted, they're not going to be able to make the money. If they get distracted by the chaos going on in the world, with the news cycle, every day is something new. If you get distracted with that stuff, you're going to miss out on having your most profitable year ever. So I don't want you to be in a place where you're missing out on the money that God is sending to you. God released a word to me in July of 2024 where he shared that there was going to be pandemonium. And one of the things that he said was that we were going to experience back to back, just like noise and chaos and things breaking out all over. But he says, when you see the chaos, when you see the pandemonium, which a lot of it is just going to be noise and distraction and confusion, when you see it, don't look at it from a lens of fear. Look at it from a lens of it's time to celebrate. When you see the pandemonium, when you see it breaking out, it's time to praise because it's a sign that God is getting ready to move. God is bringing forth breakthrough in the economy by way of the chaos that we see around us. But if you get distracted, you'll miss the move. If you get distracted from what God told you to do, you'll miss out. And so God placed it on my heart to share with you these things that you need to be focusing on as an entrepreneur, despite everything that is going on in our world. And I believe that God is going to give you the wisdom to really press in and to do what makes sense for your business. So I am excited to share this with you today. And I'm excited because, listen, y'all know I love to talk. So I'm here again. But I'm really excited because I know that this year we are going to see God do supernatural things in very unprecedented ways, in ways that we did not anticipate or expect. It's going to come a little crazy, but it's going to be good. So I need you to understand that it is going to be good, okay? If you're watching the video, comment down below and tell us it's going to be good. If you're driving in the car and you're listening to this podcast, or if you're in the shower, wherever you're at, I need you to say out loud out of your mouth, it's going to be good. What God is doing, it's going to be good. So when you see the chaos breaking out, just be like, what God is doing is going to be good. It's going to be good because he cannot change. He is the same yesterday, today, and forever. He is the same God. His goodness never ends. And so we got to understand that it's all going to be good regardless of what we see. All right. So let's get into these 3 things that you should be focusing on in 2024 if you want to have the most profitable year yet. Of course, we know your relationship with God needs to be intact. That's level 0, okay? That's the basics. Be in the face of God. And I just hear the Lord saying this is a season for us to be on our face. This is a season for us to be on our knees. This is a season for us to be in the face of God, seeking his face, getting his instruction. So do not miss that part, all right? All right. Thing number 1 is you need to focus on your niche. Many of you, I believe that God has been dealing with many of you about like pivoting or like not taking on certain types of clients anymore, or not doing certain types of work anymore, because God is like, I'm getting you to niche down. I'm getting you to really hone in and focus on what you are really called to do. So if you think that you've been specific, God is like, all right, I'm taking you deeper. I need you to get more specific, because when you're getting more specific, even in business, as you get more specific, the more money you're able to actually make, because people trust you for a very specific thing, right? So you're going to go to someone who, like I was talking about this at our recent tour stop for the Profit Push Tour. If you didn't already know, we are hosting we're going on tour. So we did Orlando, which was our first stop back in July. And literally this particular tour stop, there was a woman in the room where she did hair, and another woman in the room, she had micro locks. And one of the ladies in the room, she literally was like, oh yeah, like I could do all different types of hair. And I feel bad that, I can't do, all these different styles that the new girls are doing. And I'm like, girl, do you not know that people will literally come to your chair just because you know how to do micro locks? Do you know that you could be completely booked out because you're a micro lock specialist, because you care for hair that has locks in it? And at that, you have the ability to do micro locks and know how to do it. There was another lady in the room that had beautiful micro locks in her hair. She was like, oh, yes, girl. Oh, yes, honey. There is a market for that. And so I'm telling y'all to niche down. And I know I mentioned the Profit Push Tour. You guys can head over to theprofitpush.com to get your tickets now. Ticket prices are going up soon. So the longer you wait, the more you're going to pay. So make sure that you get signed up. Literally, I just feel led to just share with you guys the cities that we are going to. And so depending on when you are listening to this, you may have missed the tour stops, but for the month of August, actually, as of today, we are going to be in Los Angeles. Okay, so Los Angeles is actually happening today. But the profitpushtour.com, head over to theprofitpush.com. And when you get there, and it's PROFIT, like you want to make money, theprofitpush.com. And so we've got Detroit, August 24th, August 28th, we're doing New York City, Baltimore, Maryland, August 29th, Columbia, South Carolina, October 2nd, Atlanta, Georgia, October 9th, which is almost sold out, St. Louis, Missouri, October 12th, Lagos, Nigeria, October 26th, Accra, Ghana, October 29th, Chicago, Illinois, November 28th, London, UK, November 14th, and Paris, France, November 18th. So if you didn't already know, we are coming to a city near you. But like I said, you want to focus on your niche, right? You want to focus on your niche. You want to focus on your niche. So focus on your audience and don't get caught up, not being specific enough. Okay. So please, please, please be specific, hone down, focus on your audience, because there's an audience for you that is ready and willing to pay you the more specific you are.
If you've learned anything from this podcast, I know you're going to love the Go Getter Confidential Click at GoGetterMembership.com. It's a global membership community for Christian women entrepreneurs to connect, build wildly profitable service-based businesses, and grow their faith. So whether you're just getting started with an idea or you already have an established brand and you want to lay the foundation for six-figure income, the Go Getter membership is just what you need. With expert masterclasses, monthly prayer, and tons of courses and downloads, your business will be better because of it. Entrepreneurship isn't easy, but this community will help you go from feeling stuck to clear and motivated. Join today at GoGetterMembership.com and save 50% off your first 3 months when you use code podcast at checkout. We'll see you inside.
Number 2 is focus on what's working for you. So I don't want you to miss out on the opportunity to pay attention to what's already working. So look back and see, okay, it's really been working for me to do XYZ in my business. It's really been working for me to, whatever it is, focus on what's working, because God is going to highlight to you what has been working in your business, and He wants you to hone in and do more of that. Whatever has been working. Some of you guys might need to ask your clients, okay, how did you find us? Or what made you, decide to sign up, right? Whatever those things are that they're going to tell you, that's what's working. That's what's getting you to close clients. That's what's getting you to get more customers. So if that's what's getting you to get more clients and more customers, do more of that. Focus your energy on what's working instead of trying to jump over to the next new thing. Because the other thing is we can't be so dependent on social media, especially with it being an election year. As soon as they had announced, oh, homeboy is stepping down from and somebody else is stepping up. As soon as they made that announcement, as soon as the announcement came, because I don't care to talk about politics on our platform, but what I'm getting at is as soon as they made that announcement, it was ads everywhere. Ads, support this, support that, do this, do that. And then everything you see online, on social media, it's getting crowded. And so because it's an election year and there's so many messages that are coming to your face, especially, in the US, because you see so many messages and stuff coming out every which way, this is the perfect time for you to find other ways to market your business and not be so dependent on social media. Okay. So focus on what is working in your business and do more of that. And number 3 is community. Community. You need to be in community. You need to have some accountability partners. You need to be in a community of people that are allowing you to win. And not that people give you the permission to win, but that allow you to share your wins without feeling like you need to act shy about your goals or act shy about what you're achieving or act shy about the type of money that you're trying to make. You need to get in community, because when there's a bunch of stuff popping off all around us, the last thing that we need is for you to get distracted because you're isolated. So you do not need to be isolated and not in community. This is the time for you to be in community of believers. You might need to hop on prayer calls. You might need to make your own prayer call with your girlfriends and be like, every Friday at 7 a.m., we got to get on this phone call and pray. You need to be in community. You cannot be isolated in this season. You are going to need community to be able to succeed. All right. So make sure now to wrap it on up. Number 1, you need to focus on your niche. Number 2, you need to focus on what's working. And number 3, you need to focus on community. So building community for yourself as an entrepreneur so that you can have the sustainability that you desire to have in business. As always, I love you. Y'all, if you didn't already know, Go Getter Conference is coming up soon. So head over to gogetterconference.com to check it out. I know I mentioned the Profit Push Tour. I also mentioned Go Getter Conference, but you guys can use Affirm, Klarna, Afterpay, all these different payment plan options so that you can get in the room. So get in the room. If you want to get better at your marketing, get in the room. If you want to find community, get in the room. But I love you. As always, we're praying for you. And I hope and I pray you have an amazing, amazing rest of your day. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Go Getter Podcast. If you love this conversation, you're going to love the panels and workshops that are at Go Getter Conference. It's our premier event of the year, and it happens annually. It's going to help you market and monetize your God-given ideas and connect with women from across the globe. Head over to gogetterconference.com to check it out right now. And just for staying until the end of this episode, we have a special gift for you, the Go Getter Plan and Profit Workbook. This workbook is going to help you plan your income for the year. So head to gogetterpodcast.com/plan and profit to get your copy. And don't forget to drop a 5-star review if you enjoyed this episode. We'll see you on the next episode of the Go Getter Podcast.